to start by saying your name and what you do and a little bit about your background.
My name is Rhonda Fleming. I'm 46 years old. I have lived in this country for 16 years. I'm a mother with 2 children. I am an interior designer, and right now I'm working in the holistic profession. We run holistic conferences in reflexology, homeopathy, herbalism, and
why did you change from being interior designer into holistic medicine?
due to the demand of the clientele. I was living in Hertfordshire, and being a mother, having small children, it would mean I'd be away from home, going into London and traveling through Europe. So I went into that profession so I could be more at home and a hands-on mother.
But any particular interest in the profession? The particular interest in the profession came about why?
I think the question over if your child has a headache and maybe you can only give Calpol every 4 hours, so you look to something else to relieve the symptoms. If they're teething and they're crying all night long and nothing seems to work, you look into homeopathy to alleviate their suffering.
So a sort of certain amount of dissatisfaction with what we call orthodox medicine that led you to look elsewhere, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and you have a story to tell about yourself.
Yes, I do.
What's that?
About 4 years ago, I slowly started to get migraine headaches. And those headaches became progressively worse and worse and worse, to where I was getting them every 2 weeks for about 5 days. So 10 days out of every 30 days, I was lying down in bed in a dark room. And I would lie there and I would cry because my head would ache so bad. There was no relief. There was no aspirin, there was no pill, there was no massage, there was no anything that could relieve me.
You tried things?
Oh, I tried many things. They have little myogens, they have all kinds of things that you can get from your doctor. They ran all kinds of blood tests to see if it was maybe something hormonal.
Did anything show up?
No, nothing showed up at all. Nothing showed up. And when the doctor would have to come out to give me a shot to stop the urge to vomit, because when that urge would be there with nothing in my stomach for 5 days, it was like my head would split in two. And my son looked at me and he said, "Mommy, are you going to die?" And when he said that, I thought, well, I'm going to do something, because I'm not going to die. I am going to live. And what I could feel is the headache would come down through here. And I thought, I can feel it in my teeth. I can feel it in my jaw. And so as I have had an interest in alternative approaches to medicine, I started to research that possibly it could be the mercury fillings within my teeth, the amalgam fillings within my teeth. And I guess it was the connecting the pain. The pain would be here, but also through here. So it was quite obvious that it was connected to that. And so even with the research, things were going on, and I started to put on a lot of weight. And as a woman, when your thighs enormously grow, you get a bit concerned. I also started to feel very tired, sad, depressed. I started to have no energy, no love of life. I felt hopeless, almost as if my life, rather than living it, I was going downhill, and I'm young. And that feeling of going downhill, that feeling of hopelessness, that feeling of actually thinking I could be almost diagnosed as being depressed made me feel more and more serious, and then I started to get the heart palpitations. And in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, it would just flutter and palpitate. So I went for a series of more tests. And no matter what test I went to with my doctor, they all came out clear. And that's when I came to you. I thought, enough's enough. I want them out. I want it all out. There's a poison in my system, and I can feel that. And that's my story.
But you're diagnosed by...
I went to John Morley.
Yeah.
And I was diagnosed with his method of Renaissance therapy of having mercury poisoning. And also there are tests from my blood, from blood tests from Dr. Calibu, who's a medical doctor. But I also had mercury through my system.
Right.
So it was a suspicion, it was a guess, but it was also confirmed in the holistic profession and in the medical profession.
Yeah, but you were given some treatment for various symptoms by your doctor?
By Kitty?
No, by the Orthodox medicine, by your doctor. You went to your GP and you had some...
I was given, not really, I was given aspirin, I was given various kinds of migraine drugs, I was asked to do more stress relief, but actually I do meditation every day, so I have done meditation for about 25 years, and I am a vegetarian, I don't smoke, I drink occasionally socially, you know, maybe in a whole year, 10 glasses of wine a year, which is so, and I live in the country. I don't have any financial or marital difficulties to be bringing on stress, plus meditation. So yes, they wanted me to, that was their advice.
Okay. When you came to see me, you reported certain signs and symptoms that you had.
Yeah.
And you said you had itching skin, itching the skin for almost 24 hours.
It felt as if I needed to pull my skin off.
Oh.
Because, and if you would rub it, just rub it because you did the urge to scratch, it would come up in like a nettle rash. In America we call it hives. A little puppy could come up and maybe jump up on me, and again you'd have streaks all the way down. Streaks across my face if you know, something would pass by, a branch going out on a walk. And it was awful, awful feeling.
Yeah. And you had your amalgam removed last October, which is about 4 months, 4 months ago. And now, have you experienced any improvement in this itching?
I have experienced an improvement. It's only slight. It is still there. It doesn't come out in hives. It comes out in little blotches from time to time, but it isn't all day. It isn't 24 hours a day. I can sleep at night without itching everywhere, which is quite a relief. Right.
That of course will take a little while to disappear, as you know.
Yeah.
Now the second symptom that you had was headaches. You told me already about the headaches.
I have no more headaches.
You have no more
Thank
headaches.
God. I have no more.
No
headaches.
migraine.
No
headaches.
migraines. Not one.
So the percentage improvement here is
vast. I'm completely recovered.
Yeah.
I have not one headache.
Yeah. Can you think of any other reason why the headaches disappeared apart from that the amalgam is out? Apart from that the mercury is out?
No, there is no other change in my eye. No.
Okay.
No.
You also had bloatedness?
Yes, I
digestive problems?
Very, very much digestive problems within my tummy. Repeated. repeated bloatedness. And I'd say within 3 weeks after having the amalgam fillings out, that was just gone. Just completely gone. It hasn't come back. That was a very noticeable, immediate result.
Can you think of any other reason why it has gone, apart from that you had the amalgam removed?
No.
Okay. You reported tiredness?
I was so tired, my legs could hardly walk. I had no energy. I was even too tired to clean the house. Too tired to read my children a story. I would be so tired at night, they would come home, "Mommy, can you read to me?" My husband would have to go upstairs with the children and read them their bedtime story so I could go lie down and go to bed. And I have boundless energy.
Now. And
250% improvement. Massive, total, dynamic, wonderful improvement. I feel great.
Yeah. And can you think of any other reason apart from the amalgam removal that you...
None.
No. Okay. You also reported the next symptom along is foggy brain.
Oh, very foggy brain.
How do you describe that?
You couldn't remember things. Simple things. Simple things in your daily activities. Simple things where I could forget my wallet at the petrol station. Simple things, a client is coming around to our business and I forget the meeting and not be there. I do remember meetings. I feel as if it's lifting. I am not as foggy. I'm much more clear. There's also a sharpness. You know, there's a fogginess, but now there's a sharpness. I'm more focused, and I feel I've got my brain back.
Yeah, and the percentage improvement here is what?
At least 100%.
At least 100%.
At least 100%.
You also reported mood swings and depression.
Desperate mood swings, desperate depressions. It was affecting. I was shouting at my children because you're tired. They'll come up and ask a very simple question, but you find it annoying. And
just before.
And you would raise your voice. My gynecologist saw me, and she saw me a few weeks ago for my regular checkup. And she said, "I've noticed such a change in you from last year." She said, "You have a psychological background. I have 4 years of psychology." She said, "Would you be happy to come in and share your experience, how it's changed you, and work in our hospital in the psychiatric union?" And I was invited to work in the psychiatric union by my medical gynecologist because of the transformation she's seen in me from overcoming depression. Myself.
Did you take anything to overcome depression?
As a person into holistic, yes, I have.
Any antidepressants?
I have been invited to take things like Prozac, but I haven't. I've taken St. John's wort all along, which is a herbal thing. It really didn't have an effect so much, but now I can take a few drops. It was almost like things were stuck, couldn't get in my system. Internally, I feel there's movement inside.
So you're taking St. John's wort now, yeah?
No, I don't take it now. I only take it if as a Californian, I may take it if we've had a month of rain. So then I'll take a few drops.
Okay.
No.
So would you say it was the mercury removal?
It was definitely the mercury removal.
That affected that?
Yes, that's...
Okay. You also reported hair and nail problems. What were they?
My hair was dull. It was short. If I would go to get a perm in my hair, it would break off. if I would, it was dry, it was brittle, it had no growth. My nails, they couldn't grow, they would stay just so short. And yeah, now there's a significant improvement. I can see it. I can actually see, my hairdresser noticed.
Without knowing the background?
Oh, he doesn't know anything about the background. My hairdresser doesn't. No, he said, I don't know what you're doing. He said, your hair's thicker, it's shinier. He said, and it's growing so fast, you know, rather than used to go in every 3 months. And I'm now going in every 6 weeks.
Yeah. So the percentage improvement is what here?
Hair growth. I'd say 95%. I don't know. I think it's wonderful.
That's great. And the last thing you reported to me was the palpitations. And these, do you still have palpitations?
I
you
have
said
no
it before this.
palpitations.
You have no palpitations.
I was so worried about my heart and palpitations that, I was very concerned when it comes with your heart. And I don't have any. Not one, ever, any time of the day. I can have a tremendous row with my husband, and there will be no heart palpitations.
Can you think of any other reason why the palpitations have gone?
Other than
Apart
having my
from
mercury
the
fillings out,
amalgam?
no. Everything has remained constant in my life.
Right. Anything else? Have you noticed any changes in you? Any other changes? Is there anything that you're not aware that they're related to the mercury situation, and now it has changed?
People say I have a sparkle in my eye. There's been a whole attitude swing.
That is independent, neutral people who don't know much about your background and so on. They say that.
They're mothers. They're mothers who I have tea mornings with. They maybe haven't seen me for a few months. And they say, gosh, don't you look fantastic? I had a very nice friend who I saw this weekend when my son was at a chess tournament. And she said, Rhonda, have you had a facelift? I said, no, I haven't had a facelift. I've had my mercury fillings out.
Right. But as you know, opinion about the mercury fillings is sharply divided. The great majority of dentists say that amalgam and mercury does not do you any harm at all, and there's some people who think the opposite. And now you have given your testimony about your own experience. What do you think about this situation as it exists here and elsewhere, of mercury fillings being put in people's teeth?
I think it should be banned. I think we're poisoning our children. I think we are limiting our lives by the quality of life that we can experience with our children and our husband and our loved ones. I'm not a scientist. I'm a mother. I can only say how I feel. I feel so much better. And if I could give that as a gift to someone, if I could say, simply, if you don't have mercury in your mouth, you will experience relief of all of your some of the conditions that I've suffered from. I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. I wouldn't want them to suffer the way that I've suffered. I don't think mercury should be allowed at all, ever, in any situation to anyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.